Hello everyone, my name is Stephanie Ray and I am a graduate student in the School of Education at Liberty University. Welcome to my Professional Development Modules presentation. For our first module today, we will be exploring the concept of instructional design models with a particular focus on the ADDIE process model, one of the most popular instructional design models used in education today. Let's begin this module by defining instructional design. As defined by the Association for Talent Development 2020, instructional design is the creation of learning experiences and materials in a manner that results in the acquisition and application of knowledge and skills. Paragraph 1. Reiser 2018 traces the origin of instructional design to World War II as a group of trained psychologists and educators were assigned the task of researching and developing training materials for the military. Once they had successfully provided training materials to the military, they continued their research to impact a variety of other instructional settings such as K-12 education. Their efforts then led to the birth of instructional design. According to Branch 2018, there are 7 characteristics that are present in almost all instructional design efforts. And those 7 characteristics are listed here on the screen, with number 1 being instructional design is a student-centered process. Number 2, instructional design is a goal-oriented process. Number 3, instructional design is a creative process. Number 4, instructional design focuses on meaningful performance. Number 5, instructional design assumes outcomes are measurable, reliable, and valid. Number 6, instructional design is an empirical, iterative, and self-correcting process. And number 7, instructional design typically is a team effort. Next, we will explore the 5 phases of the ADDIE process model. As I briefly explore the 5 phases, I encourage you to consider how each phase may represent one or more of the 7 characteristics discussed on this slide. The 5 phases of the ADDIE model are analysis, design, development, implementation, and evaluation. In the analysis phase, an instructional designer should analyze the situation to understand the gaps needed to be filled. Some key areas to consider in the analysis phase may include the instructional goals, the target audience, and the required and available resources. In the design phase, an instructional designer should make informed decisions based upon their analysis to best design possible learning experiences. This is where the instructional designer should outline their objectives. In the development phase, an instructional designer should begin bringing the learning experience to life. In other words, this is where the solution will be created. In the implementation phase, an instructional designer will deliver the instruction or the solution as it was referred to in the development phase. In the evaluation phase, an instructional designer should evaluate the effectiveness of the learning experience in relation to the objective and make any necessary updates. This phase can include both formative and summative evaluations, and just as there are many instructional design models, there are many instructional design evaluation models that instructional designers can use to aid in their practice. Important to note here is that the ADDIE model does not have to be completed in a linear manner. It is appropriate to move back and forth among the phases. This concludes Module 1. Thank you for attending. For Module 2, we will be exploring the integration of technology in instructional design, which, as technology continues to dominate the world we are living in, this is a very important component of instructional design for education professionals to focus on. Technology has the power to completely transform the learning experience when implemented effectively. But which technology do we choose? With a mass of available technologies, instructional designers are challenged to understand what makes a powerful learning experience, what technologies can be integrated to foster learning in these environments, and how to do it effectively. Sims and Kolzaka, 2008. Just as there are with most components of instructional design, there are well-designed and well-researched models to aid instructional designers in effective technology integration. In this module, we will be exploring two of those models, the SMAR model and the TPACK model. The SAMR model categorizes technology application into four progressive levels: substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Wayuni and others, 2020. The first level of the model, substitution, refers to the use of technology to substitute other learning activities without functional change. A level 1 example could be the use of presentation software to present the instruction. The second level of the model, augmentation, allows for students to become more involved with the use of technology, therefore resulting in functional change. Consider the integration of interactive and engaging tools such as audio and video. Level 3, modification, enables an instructional designer to redesign or modify a task using technology, such as having students vocally record an essay instead of writing it by hand. And the final level of the model, redefinition, results in the creation of a new task otherwise impossible without the use of technology. A great and popular example of Level 4 in the classroom is the use of Google Earth so that students can explore new and faraway locations. Next, we will explore the TPACK model. The TPACK model serves as a framework for effective technology application in teaching and learning by identifying three primary forms of knowledge needed by the instructional designer: technological, pedagogical, and content knowledge. Martin, 2018. The TPACK framework is often depicted using a Venn diagram with three overlapping circles, each representing a form of knowledge. Martin, 2018, page 1779. This diagram creates 7 distinct constructs of knowledge, which are listed here on the screen: content knowledge, pedagogical knowledge, technological knowledge, technological pedagogical knowledge, technological content knowledge, pedagogical content knowledge, and technological pedagogical content knowledge. Each intersection within the diagram represents a deeper level of effective technology integration, and the inner circle, or TPACK, represents the fullest understanding. So you can see the intersection of these levels on the chart that is listed here on this slide, which is cited in Martin 2018 on page 1780. So when should you use these technology integration models? It is important to plan. Simply integrating technology is not effective. It must be well thought out and planned, which these models can assist with. Otherwise, the technology may serve as more of a distraction than as a tool to enhance the learning experience. These models can also be used in conjunction with instructional design models, such as the EDUC model, which we explored in our last module. So for example, when planning for instruction using the EDUC model, instructional designers must ensure that students can understand the technology during the analysis phase and ensure that the needed technology is available before implementing it. This concludes Module 2. Thank you for attending.